Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to the video. Hope you guys are having a great day. Now today's vehicle is a 2018 Kia Sedona, and I honestly never ever thought that I'd have to say this again, but this might be the worst vehicle that I've ever done. Alright, just before we get to the mountain of french fries waiting on the inside, I'll give you a quick look at the exterior of this van, and as you can see, the entire thing is covered in a good layer of dust front to back. It's still rocking winter tires in the summer here. And the fact that there's a skittle stuck to the outside is a truly ominous sign, because as we move inside, the overwhelming disaster that this van is becoming apparent. It's hard to put into words just how dirty this van is, from the disgusting rubber floor mats to the nasty cup holders, the mountains of french fries and other old food that completely covers the carpets and has filled the seat tracks. There's not a single square inch of this vehicle that's clean. Looking at the back seats, and they're almost as bad as the floor. If it's not french fries and old yogurt, there's some other kind of stain on them, and every single cup holder and storage compartment is full of something nasty. The level of grime in here is off the charts. But just before we dive into all those french fries, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel and turn the bell on too, so you don't ever miss out on one of these epic transformations. Alright guys, well I've got a very long road ahead of me. Likely in the neighborhood of 16 to 20 hours of work, so you know the transformation this van is going to make will be absolutely epic. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so I know how excited some of you probably are to get going on that interior that was trashed in only 2 years, but first I need to take care of the exterior here. So starting with a pre-wash rinse, I'll get all the dust and dirt sprayed off the van, which will greatly reduce the chance of instilling any swirl marks in the paint when I get to the wash process. And make sure you guys stick around until the end of the video, as I was able to record the customer's reaction to the transformation, and it's definitely one that you don't want to miss. Moving to the rear wheel well here, and of course the van has carpeted liners, which you guys know that I hate. So as you can see, they're holding onto a ton of dirt, which means I have to be really thorough to make sure I get them perfectly clean. Alright, starting on these door jambs now, and I really don't understand how it happens, but there was a bunch of garbage, french fries, and other food in them that needed to get sprayed out as they were really stuck on. So using the pressure washer here is really the easiest and quickest way to get these clean. Alright, with the underside sprayed off, I'll move to the wheels now, and using some of my Meguiar's non-acid wheel and tire cleaner diluted about 2 to 1, I'll use a variety of brushes on them to agitate and safely get any tire blooming, dirt, or brake dust removed from the wheel. Now with the van all foamed up, I'll take the opportunity to go around with my boar's hair detail brush, which is perfectly safe for use on paint, and we'll use it around all the emblems, behind the gas door, and around the grille where my wash mitt could never reach. Now with the exterior clean and dry, I'll turn my attention to these disgusting floor mats, and I have to say these were definitely some of the grimiest ones that I've ever seen, as whatever this crud was, it was super stuck on, and because of that I decided to use the stiffer drill brush on them just in case there was any remnants left behind after the first rinse. Alright, now it's finally time to start on the massive job that this interior is going to be, so I'll quickly get the front and second row seats and some of the trim removed, as it will be far easier to clean everything outside of the vehicle. And if you're curious, I always disconnect the battery before doing this, so I don't run into any issues with the airbags or the vehicle throwing a code. And taking a look at the total carnage that's remaining in here, and I know I've got an enormous amount of work ahead of me, but the best way to attack this is with a step-by-step plan, with the first of those being to get rid of all the larger garbage and the bigger pieces of food like the French fries and cheesies that might plug up my vacuum. Now as I vacuum out the trunk area here, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to leave the third row seats in, but it quickly became clear that I needed better access to the stains and all the debris underneath them, so I took them out too, and it's really a good thing I did because I would have missed that upper portion of whatever the brown spill was. Now working my way around the vehicle, and you might notice there's quite a few spots where it looks like there's some McDonald's barbecue sauce or something that was spilled, and now that it's dried up, it's super stuck on and not something I can get off with the vacuum, but given that it's somewhat pliable, I'm hopeful the drill brush will be able to loosen it up when I extract the carpets. Now in the middle section here, there's even more barbecue sauce and a piece of cardboard that was practically glued to the carpet. But not only that, underneath where the seat rails were had a pile of debris too, with some of it being really stuck on. So for areas like that, I'll leave them for now and come back to them once I've got the steamer out later on. And you may have also noticed there's been a little bit of pet hair embedded in the carpets too. So using the lily brush on that makes it super easy to get those pulled out and straight into the vacuum. Now while I vacuum out the passenger footwell here, I figured I'd let you know that I posted another Q&A video a few days ago over on the second channel, the Detail Geek 2. So if any of you want to learn a bit more about me personally, or maybe you want to know what I charge for these details, or even who the mysterious Mike is, well, make sure you check it out because there's all sorts of good stuff there, and you might even find out a secret or two. Now with the vehicle clean enough to actually sit in, I'll go around all the interior trim with a boar's hair detail brush to get any dirt and debris lifted out of the crevices and straight into the vacuum. And you might also notice that I'm wearing my mask today, and that's because the smell of this vehicle was unlike almost any other. Well, just one vehicle has ever had this same smell, and that was the Chrysler Town & Country van I did a few months ago. But yeah, it's such a unique odor having all that old food in a vehicle, and trust me when I say that it's very, very unpleasant. So the mask is definitely staying on for this detail. Here's the enormous pile of garbage, French fries, and a whole lot of other gross stuff that was sucked out of this van. It's truly hard to believe there was that much in one vehicle. Wow. Now for these seat rails here, since I couldn't open them up to get at all the food and candy in them, I'll simply shake out what I can right now and hit them with the steamer a little bit later on. Moving to the seats and all the nasty stains, and I know a lot of people always ask what carpet solution I'm using, and like I've mentioned before, it's Chemical Guy's Lightning Fast, diluted 20:1, and once it's sprayed on, I always let it sit for a few minutes just to have a chance to break up the stains before using the drill brush on it. And if you're wondering where you can get the carpet solution, drill brush, or extractor that I use, the links are all down in the description for you, so feel free to check those out. Now on this back seat here, you'll notice I'm using the stiffer yellow drill brush, and that's simply due to all the stuck on yogurt, as I know I need a little bit more agitating ability to get that loosened up. Generally though, I'll use the soft white brush, but for the really bad carpets or seats, the yellow one comes in super handy. Alright, it's finally time to get to work on these dirty carpets, and once again I'm using the yellow drill brush for the carpets, as there are so many stains and grimy areas in here that I know I need some extra power. And while the barbecue sauce isn't quite budging right now, I'm going to just leave it for a minute to hopefully let the solution soften it up a bit, and then I'll repeat the process on it. And for anyone wondering what my exact process is when I'm extracting, it's really simple. Since I pre-treat with solution, I only use hot water in the extractor, and as I make the first few passes, I spray it on water at the same time, and once I start to see clear water coming through, I know the carpets or seats are clean, and I'll switch to just extracting to get them as dry as possible. Now, if any of you out there enjoy detailing your own vehicle and maybe have some dirty carpets or seats you can't quite get clean, I would highly recommend picking up Abyssal Spot Clean Professional, as if you've watched any of my videos, you would know it does an incredible job at pulling all kinds of dirt out of carpets and seats and can make them look brand new again. So if you're interested, the link to it is down in the description for you. Here's the nearly pail and a half of disgusting, nasty, and smelly water pulled from this van, and this is definitely one of the smelliest water pours I've had. Gross. Here's a quick before shot of the carpet, and after vacuuming and extracting, boom, it looks brand new again. Alright, with the carpets clean, it's time to bust out the steamer and tackle all the super grimy areas in this van. And trust me, there were a lot of them, as every inch of plastic trim in here needed to be steamed. So I'll work my way around the interior with a variety of attachments, and I'll simply wipe things clean with a microfiber towel. And for anyone wondering why I do this after cleaning the carpets, it's because the drill brush tends to fling carpet solution all over the trim. So if it was already clean, I'd just end up having to repeat work. Now for the super grimy storage bin insert, this is a perfect example of how well a steamer works and why you should have one if you enjoy detailing your own vehicles, as not only is it a ton of fun to use, it will basically make super quick work of any kind of crud or grime. So if any of you are in the market for one, the link to the McCulloch MC1375 steamer that I use is in the description for you, along with nearly every other product and tool that I use, so feel free to check those out if you're interested. Turning to the seat anchor covers and then the seat rails themselves, again, steaming them is the easiest way to get all the crud and other grime removed, but since these were some of the dirtiest parts of the vehicle and there's lots of crevices and hard to reach areas, taking the attachment off the steamer allows for a higher velocity blast of steam, which really helps to loosen things up in the corners, but this still takes a bit of time to get everything perfectly clean. Alright, with the entire interior clean now, I'll work my way around the vehicle, applying 303's aerospace protectant to dress and most importantly UV protect all the plastic trim in here. And as you may know, this is one of my favorite products to use as it will last for about 4 to 6 weeks and leaves everything looking incredible. Alright, moving to the paint now, and since I could tell during the wash stage earlier that the paint was pretty dirty, I'll use some of my detailing clay, spraying on a quick detailer as lubricant, and then we'll gently rub the clay over the paint. And what this does is pick up any surface bonded contaminants on the paint like tar, tree sap, road grime, iron particles, things like that, and we'll get it perfectly clean and ready for a coat of wax or sealant. And as you can see, this 2-year-old paint had all sorts of crud embedded in it. Moving to the glass now, and one thing you'll always see me do is roll down the windows so I can clean the top edge, as it only takes a second and is something that's guaranteed to be noticed by the customer if you don't. level up?
It looks so shiny.
Incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's looking good now.
Yes. Oh, it looks
Yeah, have a look inside. That's obviously where all the work was. So.
Oh my goodness, there's no French fries. Wow.
That's crazy.
Look at the carpet spread.
I know.
Oh, it looks so good. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen it this clean since when we bought it.
Yeah, no doubt. It
Looks amazing.
Looks new again. So.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's insane.
I can only imagine, like, there's so many French fries.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll give you those and enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
It looks really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, glad you're happy with it.
We are very happy.
All right.
Okay, thank
Okay, see
you.
ya. All right, guys, and 18 very long hours later, all the French fries are gone and the van is looking incredible. Now, that was the second longest detail I've ever done, but I can definitively say now it was the worst. Even worse than the Chrysler Town & Country van I did a while back. And that is saying something because that thing was horrendous. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, share it with a family member or a friend, and show them just how disgusting that van was when I started. And as always, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more epic transformations like this. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.